The NBA and NHL finals were crazy, and when you start to look at them together, you see some odd similarities that make this playoffs one of the craziest, most unlikely in history. Let me walk you through how I figured it out and 3.5x my sports betting portfolio in the process. So cue number one, haters. I didn't pay attention to the NBA playoffs until the conference finals, where the Nuggets were going against the Lakers, and for some reason everybody was hating on the Joker. This man's been putting up MVP numbers year after year, and people just don't like him. So I said, you know what, I'll take the other side of that bet, because if somebody's getting hated on, there's a good chance they're winning. Cue number two, the air is thin in Denver. After game one, this clip caught my attention.
What does it take to find that energy in a moment like that after how physical the series is?
Yeah, and we in Denver. Air's thin out here. You know, Joker's exhausted too. We all were tired, but we got it out, and we know that they were tired as well. We play in Denver a lot, and they don't as much, so we know, down the stretch, even if we're tired, they'll be just as tired or even more.
This is when I knew Denver could go all the way. You can't beat Denver in Denver, and it showed. Fast forward to the Nuggets going up 3-0 against the Lakers, and I saw something that was an even crazier anomaly. Cue number three, the four-way 3-0. My friend convinced me to watch my first hockey game, and I saw Vegas demolish the Dallas Stars. So I had to check out the bracket. Turns out, not only was Vegas killing it up 3-0, all four conference finals were 3-0. Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat, Vegas Golden Knights, and the Florida Panthers. This has never happened before, and nobody was paying attention. So my thought was, how crazy can it get? And that's what I bet on. Cue number four. The teams were mirroring each other way too much. So Denver sweeps and Vegas sweeps. One sweep in each league. Another first. LeBron never got swept before. Man, that was such a close closeout game too. That was my first sports bet actually. And now I'm like, wait, Denver and Vegas did the same thing. Maybe they'll do the same thing again and win championships. And on the other side, the other two series were way too similar too, okay? Florida wins in 6, and Miami Heat takes it in 7 against the Celtics. By the way, both of these teams are from Florida. So two different Florida teams are going to the finals at the same time. The only other time that that's happened was in 2020. Where the Heat lost to the Lakers and the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. Again, how crazy can this get? But wait, there's more. These two Florida teams are the same team. They were both number 8 seeds, barely got into the playoffs, and they beat the number 1 seed in their conference in the first round. Crazy. Ultimately, the Denver Nuggets and Vegas Golden Knights both won the finals 4-1 to win their first championships ever, which is exactly what I wanted. I was so confident I booked a flight to Denver the day before Game 5. And look, I gotta give it up to these Florida teams. They defied the laws of gravity. Fun fact, the number 8 seed in the NBA has never, ever won a championship. But I'm not counting them out. My prediction is next year in 2024, the Miami Heat and Florida hockey teams, because there's multiple, have a really good chance of winning championships. And with Messi joining Inter Miami in a few weeks, I'll go ahead and say they could get a 3rd championship next year. So you might as well move to Miami right now.